The name of our topic today is I Want My Future Back. I Want My Future Back is a campaign that is being launched by Migrant Voice. It's a charity organization that has decided to join hands with all the victims that have been affected by the English scam that took place in February 2014. To live in the United Kingdom, you have to pass a language test. The list of the test providers is given by the Home Office. The Home Office provided the name of ETS, an American firm which provides an English language test called Toeic. In February 2014, BBC Panorama aired a program which showed cheating taking place in a couple of test centers that provided Toeic tests. Can you share some details of your suffering, how you have been affected by the Toeic issue?
Actually, everyone knows everything started back in 2014, and I tried to raise everyone's voice. I started online petition and everything, and then I started getting support. Then I printed off all the signatures and I sent it to Theresa May. At that time she was the Home Secretary, and I think after that I started suffering. Whenever I go to the reporting or anything, they used to tell me you have no right to be in this country, and after that I got detained 2 times.
As people who come from all over the world, some who've been in the UK for 2 or 3 generations, and many have come more recently. We have people who've come on various different visas, and immigration issues in all their breadth and depth form a major part of my casework. And what everybody I see is hardworking, dedicated, committed to Britain, pay their taxes, and are upstanding members of the community.
As a result, the Home Office curtailed the visas of some 50,000 students living in the United Kingdom.
Really hard. If you were Chinese students today, I'm telling you it's a different case. If you're maybe Indian students and more in numbers, it's a different case, but not if you come from many other parts of the world. And we have to wake up to that reality.
Rohit, how have you been affected by the Toeic scandal?
Well, talking about how I've been affected, there's nothing left, to be honest, in my life to look forward to.
Yeah.
It has been shattered, this arbitrary decision of Home Office that is destroying many people's life, including myself.
Almost all of them were not given the right to defend themselves. With no access to justice system in the United Kingdom, many have left the United Kingdom, but some are still strangled in the system.
How many? 7 months? Still, all the cases are stood out. We haven't received anything from the Home Office. The only thing they are saying is you can come to the upper tribunal, and again, but they are not giving the right of appeal or any other remedy. They are still talking about the out-of-country remedy.
Overnight, lives were turned upside down. Some of the students were taken straight to immigration detention, some were deported, and some returned to their home countries to appeal against the allegation.
Completely turns on its head the basic principles of natural justice that underpin the legal system. The fact that UK taxpayers' money is being wasted in the courts, making life harder for students who've been victims of injustice, is also an outrage. And it seems to me that there is an obvious common sense thing for the government to do, which is to look at the evidence, accept that there are a whole load of people who've been caught up in this scandal who are completely innocent, and just put this right straight away. Because I know from the constituency cases that I'm dealing with that this has had a huge impact on individual people's lives.
Almost all their lives and thousands of pounds have been wasted on legal fees. They've had their health affected, their family relationships affected, and issues with their families, and they have been labelled as cheaters.
To be honest, if we secure the debate on the Toeic victims or Toeic issue, then definitely there will be something fruitful happening in coming days. But the thing is, if more and more MPs are aware about this issue, then only they will sign the form and they will support the debate. So hopefully, if we get the debate, then definitely there is a chance. Otherwise, we have done many lobbies, and after that everything goes down, nothing comes up. So if we get the debate in the Parliament, then only we can hope something fruitful.
Their desperate plight, the urgency of their situation, and constraints on their resources did not allow Migrant Voice to conduct extensive research. But I would like to express my gratitude and my thank to Migrant Voice to joining hands with all those who have been affected by this tragedy. Here I am holding in my hand a report that has been prepared by Migrant Voice. The title of it is I Want My Future Back. Awareness amongst your MPs about that tragedy that has taken place in the United Kingdom. 7 MPs took part in the meeting. They all gave speeches. We would like to thank you. We would like to thank Garden Court Chambers for providing all the legal assistance.
This is only the beginning. This is the start. I mean, today we're launching this report so we can share with some MPs, with the media, with the public, some of the stories. We explain in a simple way the background, the issues, and we tell them how this is affecting.
Following the video from BBC Panorama in February 2014, in August 2014, the Home Office abolished the in-country right of appeal, which basically means that they could level allegations of cheating against anyone, and then nobody would be given an in-country right of appeal to challenge that decision, and that you would have to leave the country. The Home Office has been relying on evidence that has been highly criticised by the courts. The Home Office has been relying on evidence that has been highly criticised by the courts. The court has established that the evidence relied on by the Home Office was only just sufficient to make allegations.
Meetings, and I'm going to have to go to another one. I just came along to this meeting to lend my support to I just came along to this meeting to lend my support to absolutely fantastic mobilised, led this campaign, and I just signed up to absolutely all debating requests, mobilising, and a number of us will do that. And I just signed
The court, in addition to criticising the evidence upon which the Home Office relied, referred to the procedures to uphold these decisions as being stumbling. Effectively, this means tens of thousands of people were removed or forced to leave the United Kingdom or had their immigration status negatively affected based on unsatisfactory evidence and without opportunity to respond.
The only thing is, my friend said as well, like, be strong, keep fighting, don't lose hope, and don't just use the courts, go to the MPs as well, try to educate your MP if he is not aware about this issue, especially the people who have got the conservative MPs.
This report contains stories of people, what they have suffered, how they have been affected, the mental health, the physical health.
Lynn's office is here, there he is, he's waving now. If you live in West Ham and would like to...
Look, I think this whole hostile environment which we are hearing increasingly mentioned. I think this whole hostile environment which we are hearing increasingly mentioned with regard to the attitude of the Home Office to migrants is clearly reflected in the way in which they've approached ETS students, individuals, accused of using force. But the way in which their Home Office is now approaching us is very reflective. In the last month, in a less sympathetic, a number of these people have, in this context of the hostile environment, in a less sympathetic environment for the Home Office at last. Just very briefly, the Home Office at last has now been 3 or 4 held to account, and this is just very briefly,
From here on, we only look forward.
3 or 4 stories.
And this is reaching forward. Once we have enough MPs on board who are ready to raise our voice in the Parliament, the MPs can then force the Home Office to take a decision, something which is more favourable for everybody, and it is more justifiable. This was one of the meetings that took place this week in the Parliament House, room number 14. Some 100 students took part in the hall. This was the largest hall in the Parliament for a meeting, and it was full to its capacity. This occasion was successful to every extent, but we need to do more, and this is where you come in. If you need any support, any advice, please contact Migrant Voice or get in touch with Stephen Timms. The sooner we take action, the better it will be for everybody involved. I wish all of you the very best of luck.